Welcome back to Loan Officer Success Partner. I'm your host, Devin Dubuc, and today I've got an originator spotlight, Rafael Amaro. You know him, you love him. We're here live in Miami, Florida. Rafael Amaro, brother, great to have you here today.
No, Devin, thank you very much for having me back, and you welcome back to Miami.
Oh, my brother, I get out here as much as I possibly can. You know, you brought me out here earlier this summer. Well, I guess it was last summer. Here I am again. I promise I'm coming back 2 to 3 times next year.
I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to have you here.
I'd like to say it's Miami, but it's you, brother. It's you that keeps bringing me back here. You know?
Thank you.
Yeah, I just love having you here. I love enjoying your company, man. But, you know, I think the reason we wanted to bring you on today is because we want to spotlight you and some of the amazing things that you're doing. You've recently made a big move.
Correct.
You're with, where are you at now? Where are you working?
I'm a great company, Premier Lending.
Is this it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
That one day, by the way, you know, I forgot my hat, but yeah, I'm with Premier Lending.
It's okay, man.
And it couldn't be a better move, you know?
You got your orange shirt, so I think you're wearing,
I'm part
the
of the family.
You're
Part
wearing
of the family.
Yeah, 100%. And so you've come over here, and you've been here for a short period of time, but you hit the ground running. I saw your production last month, number 2 in the company.
Oh, no, that's news for me. That's news.
They literally just dropped it earlier today.
Oh, okay, okay.
You've been busy showing me the town. But, man, seriously, great job, man, coming in and just showing everybody what you're capable of.
I'll tell you what, it was been a pleasure to be, moving to this company because I was looking for a home that I can put every single loan through it. Okay. In the past, I tried this broker model. I tried this retail model.
That's it.
It works to a certain extent.
Right.
Okay. But now I found a company that now I don't have to say no to anybody. Okay. I have all the products, very innovative product, very unique product that are only available to us. That when a real estate agent, when a client has a need for the product, okay, you know, we have it.
That's it.
Okay, and we can serve that family and we can make that dream come through.
Let's talk about that a little bit, right? Because you mentioned broker, and we keep hearing this thing, brokers are better, right? And then you talked retail, and I think what you meant is I went to an independent mortgage bank.
Yeah.
And now you're here back at an independent mortgage bank, but what's different?
Well, the seasoning here is different because they was able to make an independent mortgage broker and build a channel on the side that I can do all these other loans that an independent mortgage broker would not be able to place.
Right.
They can place it through here. And even if it doesn't work on those channels, sometimes they work it in-house and they make it work.
Yeah.
So I found the best company, I would say the best model because we have independent mortgage broker right here, very competitive pricing, good service, okay? Then we have some partnerships already established that we can run loan through it without the customer noticing that it's changing homes, okay? Because at the end of the day, what they care about service and take it to the finish line.
They just want to close on their loan. They want
Correct,
a great experience.
that's it. And even the realtor, they don't care if it's an in-house or outside house, whatever. But the good thing is, if it doesn't work here, I can still have a chance to make it work internally. And guess what?
Let's explore that a little bit because I kind of know what you're talking about. Obviously, we work together, and that's why I wanted to spotlight you. But, you know, you had a transaction that came up the other day. And what was this, DSCR loan, bank statement?
Well, I have a transaction.
DPA, what was it? Talk to me.
Well, it was let's just call it a DSCR loan.
Okay.
Okay, it's a realtor that owned this house, been trying to sell it for a while. She could not sell it because she probably priced it too high. Okay. And
let's make sure she doesn't hear this.
Of course. Hey, cut it back. So, well, it wasn't moving, so she decided to, I'll tell you what, let me refinance my hard money loan.
Right.
Extend that loan for 2-3 years until the market comes back to whatever it is her plan.
Yeah.
Okay, we were trying to get this loan. It wasn't working in-house. It wasn't working at this other brokerage shop. It was very aggressive, this other alternative lender. But by talking to one of the owners, he realized that, you know what, it's a good LTV, it's a good loan, good credit, why not do it? And they decided to do it.
So hold on a second. So the loan wasn't working. At the end of the day, you were able to talk to the owner of Premier Lending.
That's one of the things that I think is a great formula because if I need to, I can talk to the owners and express and present, let's just call it, sell the file to them.
Right.
And they were able to do it. Let me make very clear, okay, The biggest issue was that this property was for sale for 6 months, and she now trying to get a refinance loan. Everybody looking at that as potential risk.
That's it. What's risk? Because obviously, what's a bank in it for, right? Let's get real. They want to make a little bit of money, and how are you going to make that money if the client's going to refinance or sell the property in a short period of time, right? Effectively, they're not going to get that. So that is considered a high risk. A lot of banks don't want to touch that. And you had gone one direction and found out kind of last minute that, oh, by the way, it was on the market, because I think what it came up on the appraisal.
It was not disclosed to me.
It was on the appraisal, right? And so now all of a sudden, we're in the 5th hour trying to figure out what's going on. And it's like, hey, do we have an avenue for this? And let's be honest, a lot of times, let's say this is why a lot of people say brokers are better, because now the broker says, oh, it doesn't fit this DSCR program, but I've got this other person over here that can do that. Maybe the rates are a little higher, but I can go that other direction. You didn't have to do that because why? Why did you not have to move the file?
I did that, and that file got declined at that other lender. It just got declined. Basically, I'm coming home with no loan, go to this place, and getting rejected. At that point, I said, you know what, let me talk to the owners. So I talked to the owner because that was addressed to me from day one. If you have something that doesn't work, let us know. So I brought to them, and automatically, well, not automatically, but I could say automatically, in 48 hours, we have a solution for this loan. And the lady was able to close on her loan.
There it is.
That's what's most important for her, to be able to close it.
Yeah, well, and close it without a lot of headache, because a lot of the times when a broker's doing that transaction, they got to switch gears by pulling the file and then going another direction. That takes time, right?
Not only that, you sometimes have to reorder another appraisal. So we used the same appraisal that we used from the beginning on this place. It didn't work. We used the same appraisal over there, and when we come back in house, there was no reason why not to use that same appraisal.
That's it.
It was quoted by us.
That's it, yeah. So, and again, because of that, you have the ability to switch gears and get this thing wrapped up really quickly.
Seemingly. Yeah. She didn't even know that the loan has bounced twice.
That's it. That's it. I love it, man. I love it. So, so you're filling gaps that you didn't have before.
Correct.
You've got some of these niche programs in-house. It's a game changer, right? It's a game changer.
Absolutely, especially for those people from moving out of state. We have a great bridge product that is in-house product. Okay, if you want to buy a property right now, but you haven't been able to sell yours for whatever purpose or reason.
That's it.
You're not ready, you're thinking about it, or it's in another state, we can come in and bring that bridge loan as a solution for you.
That's right. So you can tap into the equity in the property that you haven't sold and effectively use a new loan and pay cash to purchase that next house.
Exactly. So you're not postponing the sale.
That's it.
You're
No
not delaying,
right?
You're not delaying the check coming to the real estate agent or the dream come through of these people to owning a house in South Florida. We make it happen now, where we resolve and work all these issues later on.
We talk South Florida, and again, no question where we are. You guys hear the airplanes flying over the top. If you were here, you could smell the sensimilia in the air. Somebody's definitely having a good time out here, right? You see all the tower buildings out here, but you guys have to have creative solutions, because you don't have a lot of land, so people are doing a lot of condos. You've got a lot of folks that are trying to buy these very expensive properties. Getting creative with financing is really important in this marketplace. Right. And I think that's why it was important for you to team up with the right company.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is, I have a transaction right now. Again, it was one of a lifetime opportunity for this family to be able to buy a condo. It couldn't get qualified conventionally. We were able to do it in-house with just 10% down. Okay, that's something that I found to be very, I would say, excited about, because it opens a lot of opportunities. Many times in the past, I have to say no or try to outsource that loan out. Okay, having the risk that these people would not get the same service that I'm able to provide.
That's right.
Now I can do all that in-house.
Do it all right here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right here in your own backyard in Miami.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Well, you mentioned 10% down, and let's make sure that people know you've got other programs. You've got 3.5% down. You have PPA programs that are forgivable, right? That'll give you a down payment, and they just let it go. They're like, hey, it was good doing business with you. We're not going to charge you back for it, right?
You know what? That's another thing that made me jump. The amount of diversity on the program, I would say, stack. Because I look at different things, and there's many down payment assistance programs out there. They sound really good, but when you look on the chassis and you start penciling out all the costs and all that, it's not beneficial to the family.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense for anybody to jump.
We're here to build equity.
Correct. So we have one right now. I mean, actually, you can divide it in three. You know, we have one that is 5%. Okay, meaning what it means is basically we lend you the 3.5% for the down payment, and we give you some for closing costs without charging you an arm and a leg, and you losing the equity on your house. Let's be clear on that. Then we have another one that is 3.5% repayable, and then we have another one that's 3.5% forgivable. And I did the math, okay? And even if you have the money in the bank, even forgivable might work better for you if you can put that money to use and generate you more equity
Earn
or
some
more
interest.
wealth
Yeah,
anywhere
that's
else.
right. Generate wealth.
Yeah.
Re-leveraging your money in other purposes. So now
Correct.
you're gaining equity in the property and you're gaining equity on your dollars.
Using OPM, using the bank's money.
That's it, my man. I love it. I love it. Well, I think we should maybe let the cat out of the bag because we've got another product that's coming second quarter of this year. I think it's going to be a home run here, I think it's going to be a home run anywhere, but I think really here, right, because it's a melting pot. Let's talk about the 3.5% I-10 loan.
Yes, for years I've been staying away out of the I-10 programs because they're difficult to get done and difficult to
Large down payments, most of them are 85%.
they usually
right?
require a large down payment.
Really
which-
stiff guidelines, right?
Which most people don't have, and
Yeah.
very rigid. You know, it is a box. Either it fix the box or doesn't fix the box, and we
That's
can't
it.
do it. So now this program that we're coming on board is 3.5% for IT. Yes, you heard that before. You have seen it online. You have seen it on Facebook. I don't know how trashy those are.
In-house.
But this
In-house.
one is in-house.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to provide 3.5% for those of you out there that wants to buy a house but don't have Social Security yet. We'll be able to provide that financing with
It's a
3.5%.
game changer. It's a
Yes.
game changer. And, you know, my understanding is it's going to follow FHA guidance. So for anybody that knows mortgage, or even if you don't, if you've got somebody that's harder to qualify, the FHA a lot of the times is an easier choice because the FHA is a little more forgiving than your conventional guidelines, right? You
More
know,
flexible.
they'll allow for larger debt to income ratios, maybe a few more bumps and bruises on the credit report. And now you've got this opportunity for somebody who maybe couldn't have bought a house, who now has an opportunity to buy a house. And there's another thing, I don't even know if I've told you about this one. We're still working out the details, but $13,000 in free money. All you got to do is be part of a survey. This is not a repayable program. There's no second lien on it. It's
That's a
considered
game
earned
changer.
income. It will be taxed on it, right? But at the end of the day, this is money you can use for down payment, money you could use for closing costs. It's even money that you could potentially use to buy down your debt to get your ratios to work.
I guess once we rolled out, I'm not guessing. I'm sure I'm gonna be able
I think
to
your
help a
phone's
lot of
already
families.
ringing.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna be able to help a lot of families because this is what happened. A very expensive market here.
It is.
Okay, income has not risen at the speed of the property values, of the property price. So a lot of people have accumulated a lot of debt, and they still
have.
want to buy, especially the younger generation, the young
That's right.
professionals. They went to college, they have aspirations, they have dreams, they came by. But now with this other program, we might be able to offset some of that expenses, maybe pay down some debt, or maybe use it
huge.
for down payment
It's
as
huge.
well, or add it back to whatever. So, you know, and there's something happening in this market right now that I noticed lately. The property have been going down a little bit. I'm not expecting a market shutdown. I'm not expecting a 2008 rundown because banks are more conservative, but this
Right.
is what I'm seeing it now. Property have lost a little bit of value, but it's because property have not been priced properly. But I have seen a lot of more uptick demand, especially coming from South America. A lot of people with money coming through this market, and that's why it's so competitive. Okay, so I guess product helps, but having the right real estate agent makes a lot of difference.
Well, it does. You need somebody that knows how to negotiate for you, somebody that knows the lay of the land, right? Somebody that's going to get in there and actually work for their money, right? That's super important. And we talk about that all the time, man. Having the right partners is going to set you up for success. And it might be part of the name of the podcast, right? Loan Officer Success Partner.
The right name, man.
Yeah, that's it, man, because it's all about building the right partners for success. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing here. We're setting people up for success. In fact, I think your sub-brand at Premier Lending is Homes Begin Here, right?
Homes begins here.
Well, homes begin right here in Miami. Looks like we're about to get rained on, so we may need to get out of the elements because you never know in Miami, right? When
Yeah,
that
it can
storm's
rain
going to
right
come down.
now.
But you know where homes really begin? They begin right here with Rafael Amaro and Premier Lending. Brother, man, I can't thank you enough for jumping on here, taking the time, bringing us out, rolling out the red carpet, you know. And man,
well, you guys deserve it, man. You guys deserve it. You guys have done a lot for my family. Why? I mean, I have to treat you well.
Yeah. Well, you are family.
Thank you.
You are family, and that's a big part. I think you know that. One of my core values, in fact, the number one core value, and that's not just our families, but it's our families and the families we serve. The families that we serve, and that's where Homes Begin Here comes from, right? Because if we lead with a servant's heart, and we lead like the folks that we're serving are our family, those are the kind of opportunities, and those are the kind of what am I looking for? Experiences that we want to provide our consumers.
It's all about how are you treating people. They will remember you not for what you do, what you did for them, but how do you make them feel, and that's what.
No question.
That's important.
Yeah. Well, let's do this, man. You know, before we get
ready.
Hey, when the folks out there want to find you, Rafael, how do they get in touch with you? What's the best way to touch base?
The easiest way is through my cell phone number, 786-333-2592. You can use WhatsApp as well, or you can hit me on Instagram, AG, Mortgage Help Now.
Let me tell you something. If you call, he'll answer, and he'll answer quick. I've seen this guy in action, and he's such a great connector too. So, not only are you going to get great services on the loan side, but if you need anybody else to help you with anything, right, when it comes to, talking about experiences, right, the right realtor, the right title companies, the right insurance partners, right, somebody that's going to help.
The right attorney.
Yeah. In Miami, you might need that.
You might need one.
This is your guy. This is your guy, man. So, Rafael, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being having me.
Yeah, and I think we're going to wrap this one up because I can feel the rain coming down. So, welcome to Loan Officer Success Partner. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Devin Dubuc, and you can check us out on the Homes Begin Here network. That's TikTok, Facebook, Insta, YouTube. We're on all of them. You probably already know because you're here, but if you'd love to be on the show or if you got a question, like, subscribe, and comment. Until the next time, we'll see you then.